Assalamu alaikum. Hello my dear students, how are you? I hope you are well by the grace of Allah. Today we have arranged this class in order to maintain the dynamism of our class. At first I introduce with you, my name is Murshida Mahbuba, Senior Lecturer, Biology Department, Milestone College. I welcome you to our online biology class. Now we start our class of biology first paper, and our today's topic is cell wall. Today we will learn the structure of cell wall, the chemical structure, the physical structure, and the ultra microscopic structure of cell wall. Now, definition of cell wall. What is cell wall? Cell wall is a tough, flexible or rigid layer that surrounds the plasma membrane of plant cells. Some informations of cell wall. Cell wall is absent in animal cell. It is non-living layer mainly composed of cellulose. It provides mechanical support and protection. It is totally permeable and helps in the movement of water and mineral salts. Okay, now physical structure of cell wall. Cell wall are comprises of different types of parts. Number 1, middle lamella. Number 2, the primary cell wall. Number 3, the secondary cell wall. And number 4, the tertiary cell wall. We have to add another points. Number 5, pit and pit pair. And number 6, plasmodesmata. Here, the arrangement of 3 cells. This one is a cell, this one another cell, and this one another cell. And in between 2 cells, this orange colored layer is called middle lamella. Now the definition of middle lamella, the common layer in between 2 adjacent plant cells is located outside the primary cell wall, is called middle lamella. This outermost layer forms the interface in between adjacent plant cells and glues them together. This layer enriched of pectin. We have to memorize these components named pectin. It's your objective type question also. And only single cell have no middle lamella. Okay, primary cell wall. The primary cell wall is generally thin, flexible and extensible 1 to 3 micrometer thick layer. It is formed on the both sides of the middle lamella by deposition of cellulose, hemicellulose and glycoprotein. This picture is available in your textbook. This is the middle lamella in between 2 cells. This is primary cell wall of a cell, and this is the secondary cell wall of a cell, and this is another primary cell wall of another cell, and this is another secondary cell wall of another cell. Okay, then secondary cell wall. Secondary cell wall is formed outside the primary cell wall. This layer is comparatively thicker. Generally, cellulose and lignin are deposited on it. Secondary cell wall is 5 to 10 micrometer thick. Okay, then tertiary cell wall. The tertiary cell wall is of rare occurrence of trachea of gymnosperms. It is deposited on the inner side of the secondary cell wall. Okay, then pits and pit pairs. Pits are unthickened areas in the secondary walls of plant cells. They therefore appear as depressions. Each pit has a complementary pit exactly opposite in the wall of the neighboring cell. Such pit form a morphological and functional unit called pit pair. So this is the pit and unthickened areas of secondary cell wall. This is the pit, and another pit of another cell is directly opposite of one pit. These 2 pits are called pit pair. Okay. These pits are always opposite in between the walls of adjacent cells. In such cases, the middle lamella is called pit membrane, and these two pits are called pit pairs. Okay. So this is the pit. This is simple pit. This is the pit pairs, and this is the bordered pit pairs. Have border. This is the border pit pairs, and this is the simple pit pairs. Okay. So this is the pit cavity, and this pore is called pit pore, and in between two pit, the middle lamella is called pit membrane, and this is pit border. There are many muted pores in the middle lamella through which the protoplasm of both cells are connected together by microscopic fibrils. Each fibril is called plasmodesma, and the group of this fibril is called plasmodesmata. This structure is discovered by Tangle. This is plasmodesmata. So this is the minute pore, and this is called plasmodesmata. Okay, chemical structure. Generally, the cell wall is made of polysaccharides, protopectins, glycoproteins, xyloglucans, etc. Chemical structure of primary cell wall. Primary cell wall is mainly composed of cellulose, but there are some depositions of hemicellulose, pectin and glycopectin, etc. Chemical structure of secondary cell wall. Secondary cell wall consists of cellulose, cutin, suberin, pectin, lignin, calcium oxalate and different inorganic salts. Chemical structure of middle lamella. This layer enriched of pectin. Another informations of chemical structure. The cell wall of fungi is made of chitin. The cell wall of bacteria is made of peptidoglycan. This is the lipid protein polymer. And the cell wall of algae is composed of cellulose and pectin. Ultra microscopic structure of cell wall. Cell wall is mainly composed of cellulose. We know cellulose is the polymer of beta D glucose. 1000 to 3000 beta D glucose unites together to form a cellulose chain. A crystalline micelle is formed in combination of around 100 cellulose chain. Micelle is considered as the smallest structural unit of cell wall. And 20 micelle combines together to form microfibril chain, and 250 microfibril chain combines together to form macrofibril. Microfibril makes the structure of primary cell wall. Okay, now function. It makes the definite shape and size of the cell wall. It acts as a defensive layer. It protects the living protoplasm and organelles. It provides the mechanical rigidity and support. It helps in transportation of mineral and water through plasmodesmata. Okay, now your homework. What is cell wall? What is plasmodesmata? What is pit pair? What is micelle? What is pit membrane? And number 2, describe the physical, chemical and ultra structure of cell wall. And number 3, function of cell wall. Thank you all to stay with us.